This guy's a billionaire. So if he wants to rock out, he could rock out.
What they want to do is they want to get married. I want to have a regular life, but I still want to fuck around.
Right. And you could have that. You just got to ask, and you got to do it with somebody who wants to do it. Floyd Mayweather.
Money Floyd Mayweather?
Has 5 girlfriends. And he walks around with them, and he, takes them shopping, and at any given time, any one of them could go, yeah, I'm not down. Let me get the jet to get you home. Listen. You can go back and live with your mom in East Philly.
Right.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man.
There was a couple, a CEO who was cheating on his wife with the head of his human resources department, who was also married. And they were caught together in public, but very public, because it was at a Coldplay concert.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? No! Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Here's a statement from CEO Andy Byron of, I forget what company this is, Astro something, whatever, who knows. I don't know what they make. I'm sure they probably take blood out of babies and turn them into Bitcoin or whatever. I don't know.
Into diamonds.
Yeah,
diamonds.
Whatever these awful companies do.
That's the true meaning of blood diamond.
I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out in a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and my team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and as a leader. All right. This is not who I want to be, or yes, it is, or how I want to represent the company. Well, that part is true because you're
you didn't
bullshit
want
artist.
to know.
Right. You didn't want anyone to find out. The represent the company I helped build. I'm taking time to reflect, to take accountability. Yeah, I bet you are reflecting. And figure out the next steps personally and professionally. I ask for privacy as I navigate this process. All right, your standard, whatever. But here's where it goes a little awry for me, Dante. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became public without my consent. Worried about consent, are you? Okay. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. As a friend once sang, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you, Andy. Okay. All right. So here's the problem with this apology, Dante. What do you think the problem with this apology?
It's just tone deaf, dude. It's just tone deaf. The whole thing is really, really tone deaf. It's like...
And it takes no accountability.
Yeah, it's like you are and then you're not. You're saying what needs to be said.
And then you're blaming Coldplay on the way out there, which is very funny.
It's Coldplay's fault.
Listen, you guys really need to think about, what you're putting on those monitors.
You're trying to get a little stink on your hang down.
Right.
And here's the thing. So there's two. Something that just hit me. This guy's a fucking billionaire. This guy's a billionaire, right? So if he wants to rock out, he could rock out. What chick would not go, listen, I'm a billionaire. Your life is going to be great, but I'm going to do what I want to do. What chick wouldn't sign up for that?
No, I don't know. But also, the problem is he never entered into it like that. He entered into it because what these guys want to do, and there's a lot of mental illness with these guys. What they want to do is they want to get married. I want to have a regular life, but I still want to fuck around.
Right. And you could have that.
You could have that if you present it up front.
You just got to ask, and you got to do it with somebody who wants to do it. If you got to have somebody and you can say, you don't have to work, you don't have to do this, this is what I want, there's somebody will sign up for that. But a lot of people will not sign up for it, too. Some women will go, no. Now, I don't know if he don't look like a guy that didn't have money in the first place. But, that's also going to the part, like, how could you be a billionaire and still be insecure about who and what the fuck you are. Like, I'm not saying that being a billionaire makes you a great guy either. I'm not saying that. But here's a guy who absolutely could say, yo, this is how I rock out. You wanna be down or you don't want to be down. You know, I often reference Harry's favorite boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather.
Money Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Money Mayweather? Whichever you want.
Money Mayweather, yeah. Has 5 girlfriends. And he walks around with them, and he, takes them shopping, and they flies them in and out and whatever. And they all just, do we have a picture of that? Can we get him
and his 5 girlfriends? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. I know there's a video of it, but the point is, at any given time, any one of them could go, yeah, I don't want to, I'm not down.
And then he goes, all right.
Down.
Then get the fuck off my private jet. You give him the old Irish shake. You don't like?
He would. Oh, I would break your back.
Fuck your ass and make a humble. Get the fuck off my jet. But he doesn't have to do that. No, he could just be all right, cool.
And he'll just let me get the jet to get you home to fucking East Philly.
Right.
Listen. You can go back and live with your mom in East Philly. It's you don't have to do that, but there's a certain level of confidence that you have, that you have to say what I want. And the point is, you're not going to ask for something that you don't want if you don't think you're worthy. If you don't think you're worthy,
you have to be willing to take the L on that. And some guys don't think they're worthy of it, or just they don't view it societally. They don't think they're worthy of it. They give a shit too much about other people's opinion because in this, I'm supposed to be proper and this, and I'm supposed to have a wife and kids in the country. But then you're also a scumbag. So what do you care?
Yeah, and they're going, I don't have shit. This motherfucker's going to take care of me. I could do whatever I want to do. I mean, how many? Man, I have yet to have a woman. I don't know how it is with you, but I've yet to have a woman that wants to fuck when I want to fuck all the time. One big bed,
one
like
big
a family.
Bed. It's nice. It's nice. They're sharing, but you can ask for that. But he's just a dude that doesn't. These dudes don't want to ask for it. No, they don't want to deal with the wrath of approaching that with a But you got to be who the fuck you are, and these dudes are phonies. But that's also how you end up being a billionaire, is by being a phony, pretending you don't give it. Look at the apology, and here's where it gets double phony. Just moments before the couple was shown on the big screen during the concert, Martin made it clear that cameras would be scanning the crowd to set up a moment where he could sing to them. So they're just arrogant.
Yeah.
Which is like
so they knew what was going to happen, and they stayed anyway. And then you won't, and then you want to act like you don't know what time it is, and then you're still not blaming it. So it just makes the whole thing. Do you have any list of what the backlash was?
Well, I mean, the backlash was just people. It was just online backlash of people going, "Oh, I see. So you learn nothing. You're blaming Coldplay, for your actions." The lesson is also, hey, in an apology, hey, you shouldn't have recorded this, and like that's really not. Shouldn't be mentioned. It has nothing to do with it, whether it was recorded or not. The thing is that you were wrong. Whether it was, it doesn't matter if no. So it basically the backlash is, so if nobody saw it, you wouldn't be sorry.
No problem.
So you're sorry you got caught,
knowing that you fucked up, and you're so tone deaf to know, not even to hear what it's communicating. It's just amazing that you would do this, and the original apology is fine. I mean, you got caught. This is the standard apology, but it's just the aftermath of, hey, you guys got to watch what you film. No, the fuck we don't. No, we don't. We don't have to. This is you. But this is the whole point. It's never taking responsibility for anything. If you love what we're doing here, go to patreon.com. It's the best way to support us. and check out all the bonus content.
That's right, patreon.com/manschool202. We do weekly bonus episodes. We do listener mail, dating tips, and also, if you love the show, you can go back to the archives starting from episode 1. All the episodes will be there at patreon.com/manschool202.
The honesty part of it is not just the honesty with other people, being honest with other people. It's also being honest with yourself. It's like, you think this guy first of all, the reason, all you got to do is look at the video. You could see the guilt and the fact that they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's not like you don't know what
you're doing is wrong. Yeah.
You know what you did. You know that you busted. It is what it is. You didn't have the ball. I'm not even mad that he didn't have the balls to stand up. I'm not mad at her for doing people do what they want to do. I don't know. None of us know what their life is like or their marriage is like, but it's just, you're in a situation where at the very least, like one of the things I say all the time is, two things you'll always have to do is give forgiveness and ask for forgiveness. That's just part of the whole thing. The problem is when you are not even willing to accept what you did. One of the biggest thing about forgiveness, and a lot of times we've had guys who broke up with their girl or whatever, and the bottom line is when you fuck up, you can't decide when somebody is going to when somebody's going to let it go or they're not going to let it go. They get to do that. They get to decide when they're going to let it go because it's their pain. Saying that doesn't mean that somebody gets to look. No, you know what? I'm wrong. People get to say, I don't want to forgive. I don't want to move past this. And you get to say, enough is enough. I'm not going to continue to do this. Let's move forward to find a divorce and spread up.
Sure,
but
yeah.
The point is, you cannot tell somebody when you're wrong. You can't tell them when they're supposed to get over it.
Right.
You do get to say, yeah, enough is enough.
So here's where there's a lot of complications, and it just goes to show the hypocrisy of people and how terrible they can be. So first of all, she is hired. She's basically the head of human resources, like the chief persons officer. It's horrible. So one of the employees, they spoke to a bunch of former employees. It's horrible because she's the head of HR. She's involved in an extramarital affair with the CEO. How many people have they fired for breaking far less rules? Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. How many? You can't do this. You can't do that. And there she is having a fucking extramarital affair in the work.
This is the problem with no truth.
Sorry. There was some things from the former employees who have said that he's not a great person.
Okay.
The former colleague described Byron as an aggressive, sales-obsessed executive who can be toxic, and said that many former employees are enjoying the backlash he's now receiving.
Because he's a dirtbag.
Because he's a dirtbag. So if you're a dirtbag in one aspect of life, you're generally a dirtbag in most aspects of life. The text groups and chains of former employees are like everybody's laughing their asses off and enjoying the hell out of what happened to him and him getting exposed. A former astronomer employee told the New York Post. This is not the first time that Byron has been criticized by former employees. Back in 2018, an article in The Information criticized Byron for the way he treated employees at previous jobs. Clearly, some of his former colleagues are not exactly upset with what happened. So he's just not a great person. And look, try to be the person who people aren't excited when you get caught, fucked up. I mean, listen, I hold on to a grudge forever. with people, and I have to be better with that. Like when somebody wrongs me, I want to, if they have a pebble in their shoe, I want to hear about it. Like, it makes me happy to know that they're suffering in some capacity, because you want, I don't know, I like justice. I don't like people getting away with being shitty, right? Yeah. But that's the way of the world. It's not the movies. People will get away with being shitty all the time. And with some people, zero consequences. Some people, no consequences until it's too late and it's the end of their life and they've already... try to just be a fucking better person and be honest. But this is what scumbaggery gets you. Eventually you will get caught.
Do you,
You will
now
fuck up.
we have a? I don't. Do you know Ray DeJean?
Do I what?
Do you know who Ray DeJean is?
That name is familiar. Why do I know Ray? The
He's
comic?
he was a promoter for years. Like he used to promote a lot of black comedy.
Right.
Like all the Def Jam guys. He was like the Brooklyn guy. So I don't know if you knew this, but for a while they used to do A.G. White, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So years ago, A.G. White he had this idea he was going to bring comedy to the movie theaters. So he would take the AMC.
He would do it live in there?
He would do it live. He would rent out the theater and people would buy tickets and they would go to this huge, like to a movie theater where they would have a premiere and he would have like Paul Mooney and Tommy Davidson and David Alan Grier and then the local guys and stuff like that. And they would have a guy headlining. So he set it up through the movie theaters, right?
Okay.
And Ray DeJean actually partnered up with him, which was interesting because he ended up stealing the whole concept from A.G. White.
Ray DeJean did?
Yeah. And he did it on his own, right? And then he opened a club. So he just passed away, right?
Right.
And, naturally you pass away, everybody's like, oh, you're Ray.
Yeah. God bless you. You'll be missed.
And I was like, he always cheated dudes. He always was a dirtbag. He always was, don't get me wrong. I mean, he had an addiction problem. He had a really bad addiction problem why he probably died so early. But he had an addiction problem. And what happens is when you fucking with drugs like that, you have a drug mentality, and that drug mentality there's nothing righteous about that because it's about the drugs. So, but even when he was clean, like he had gotten clean, right? But he still had dirtbag mentality,
Sure. So that's all he knew.
I mean, I got scammed by him a couple times, but
really,
yeah. But like this is when I first started doing comedy, and he would short people's money all the time, and even said this, Eva Evans that we had on the show.
Sure.
She said, yo, he give me a lot of work, but, he always be shorting me. So because she was a chick, that he would give her half.
He would give her
pay.
less money, yeah.
Yeah, he would give her half pay to the dude. You know what I mean? So it's like, the point is, I get that he had addiction. I get that, but he was a dirtbag.
Right.
So when they were like, oh, he passed away, I was like,
all right, and? Yeah, cool, whatever.
I got a Twilight Zone marathon I got to watch. Like, I'm not...
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to celebrate.
Yeah, and you know that. I mean, that Todd Lynn, I celebrated that motherfucker's death.
Ever January 27th. Yeah, Todd Lynn Death Day. Every year we celebrate.
Yes, not celebrating it in the last 2 years because of the COVID.
No, you sent out a group text. I can read it, actually. I have it because that's one of my favorite texts you ever wrote. I mean, it is my favorite text you've ever... Let me pull it up. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's me sending you a happy Todd Lynn Death Day. Let me pull up the photo. But the reason is because Todd Lynn was not a nice person to everybody almost. And it's funny. Here we go. Here's the Todd Lynn Death Day. This is originally sent on January 27th, 2018. Texting my friends to wish you all a happy Todd Lynn is dead day. On this day, a horrible, inconsiderate, selfish, abusive, and parasitic individual died, and the world became a better place because of it. Death is usually a tragic event, unless, of course, it ends the abuse of others. So I don't mince words when I say it couldn't have happened to a better guy. Happy TLD Day, Todd Lynn's dead day. And what I like about that text is it's the only text you've sent me without any grammatical errors. I
really worked it out.
You really worked it. You spell checked it. You proofread it.
I Grammarly'd it. I did it Grammarly.
You released it like it was a PR release, and rightfully so, right? So now some people think that's in poor taste because also the other thing is, there's a couple people who like Todd Lynn still, very few.
Nobody likes him. They're
Harris
friends with him.
Stanton likes Todd Lynn.
Harris,
And I love Harris Stanton.
Harris is Marmaduke. He's a big, dumb, fucking Great Dane puppy. So there's that. Dean Edwards still kind of, but they all admit that he was a piece of shit too.
But when they try to bring it up in some type of glowing light, in any light, I mean, if it's an ounce ago, you put a bucket of water on that immediately.
You're not going to do that.
We're not going to pretend that guy was not a piece of shit.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Everything.
Part of that is the comfort of it. It also has to do, and I know this is going to sound weird, but it also has to do with my particular integrity. Because fuck you if I say fuck you. And if there's a redeeming part of you, I'm fine with that too. But if you're a dirtbag till the end, dog, I'm not going to act. I'm not going to, like, it goes to me being honest about who I am. Really, it's like, this is a thing. You can't just, if you're 90% trustworthy, that's the definition of a liar. So if you're saying shit that makes people go, it's inconsistent or incongruent with your honesty, you are lying. So even when it comes to the look, maybe I go a little overboard. I'm a little harsh, maybe, sometimes. But I would also say I'm not harsh when it's when people say I'm harsh.
Undeserved. It's never not deserved.
And nobody would say that.
Right. Nobody would say it isn't deserved.
Anybody would go, that's a little rough. Or when you do this, sometimes you
action was warranted. Yeah, action was warranted. It's a question of if it was that much action was necessary. You know, did you have to nuke the entire ground that they stood on?
Usually I wouldn't have gone that far.
I wouldn't have gone that far.
I personally
wouldn't have gone that far.
Not me. You wouldn't have gone, that's a bit much for me. And people know me. I don't give a fuck if it was too much for you. You didn't do it. I did it. And I'm cool with it.
Before we close out, I did find this article finally of employees shitting on him.
Okay.
And what kind of piece of garbage he is allegedly not just a cheater. Andy Byron is allegedly not just a cheater, but a horrible boss as well, according to Page 6, the New York Post. The CEO, who was recently caught allegedly cheating with his coworker at a Coldplay concert, made people at his previous company quit because of how he treated them, according to a resurfaced report. Multiple former employees said Mr. Byron would lash out against employees who disagreed with him, including threatening to fire them. Reads an expose about the cybersecurity tech company. It's always these cybersecurity tech companies.
Oh yeah.
That publish the information.
Who does nothing creative.
Right. He hires a bunch of other people and then screams at them. You couldn't challenge him, said a former employee. Byron was reportedly hired by to be cyber. Oh, they're spelled it weirdly. Cyber Reason. They're spelling it, combining the words. Cyber Reason's chief revenue officer in 2017, and he worked there for more than 2 years. The Massachusetts businessman allegedly ruffled feathers during his tenure because he put an extraordinary amount of pressure on his workers. One former staffer claimed, "We started in the right direction and we were very successful, but the pressure to grow employees and revenue, it was never enough just to say we were a fast-growing company. We had to be the fastest-growing company." The worker described the ordeal as sad. His poor management skills reportedly drove many people to leave the company. To replace them, the former revenue chief officer hired loyal salespeople from his former company. Right, so now he's hiring incompetent people who are loyal and yes people who do not have the skills
to go to shit
and experience. He's a shitty boss.
Yeah.
You know, when people disagree with you and threaten to fire them because they disagree, it's just shitty behavior. So it's shitty all around.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking happy he gets his comeuppance.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.